Yo, what is going on, everybody? Illuma coming back at ya, back for another one. And today, guys, we are going into Jackson Wang's Big Boy TV interview. Woo! Alright, guys, so Jackson, I haven't followed him very much, but I have known about him for a very long time. As you guys may know, he's in the group GOT7. However, I kind of knew him outside of that because he's so vibrant, he's so outgoing, and he's pretty brilliant. I can tell he's like a never stop type of guy. He works really hard. That's why, even though I don't know much or anything about GOT7, but I know about Jackson Wang because he's constantly putting himself out there. So mad props for that. And now, I've been seeing him pop up on my feed a lot. I've been seeing him pop up. So I think something's a-cooking. I think a US promo tour is cooking. That's super exciting. I think he's awesome. He's great. I kind of had a snippet of his other track, Different Game with Gucci Mane. I might have to revisit that maybe. But for now, I'm excited for that. I think he's a great, entertainer all around. And y'all know I'm all about that Asian representation, especially Asian male representation. I'm all for that. I'm fully behind it. So, without further ado, let's go into Jackson Wang's interview with Big Boy TV. Let's go.
Big Boy neighborhood. All right,
Let's go.
now, for those who know, you know. If you don't know, consider it an introduction. How can you introduce somebody that's so damn famous already? Jackson
How
Wang
can you
in
introduce
the
somebody
neighborhood.
who's already so
Go ahead,
freaking
please,
famous?
Jackson Wang from China. Happy Valentine's Day.
Jackson Wang
yesterday,
from
and
China.
I'm dropping my single March 9th.
I
Watch
heard
out.
that.
Woo!
Hey, man, let me ask you this. Now, we did get a chance to kind of slap hands.
You got
and
that
one of our
Chinese
first meetings
pride,
was,
boy.
Pretty much around Valentine's Day.
Right.
Do you have a Valentine?
No.
That's good.
Actually, yes.
No.
Yes.
He has a
Your
Valentine.
music?
You know what's coming.
Supporters.
Oh,
Ah!
3-point-something million followers?
Yeah. Nah, man, how many followers do you have on Instagram?
Right now, it's around 12.6 million.
Yeah, you too.
12.6 mil?
Yeah, that's how we get down. Yeah, same here. Yeah, same over this way, man. I do want to know your story.
I don't watch
All right,
Big Boy
now-
TV that
now
much,
for
but
one, there's a very interesting
I've
story.
seen a few
Before you got
interviews
into
with
music,
this guy, and
but you always
he
felt-
seems to be a very
yeah, of course,
awesome
there's a
person.
passion for
Right,
music.
right.
Did you
A
know
very
you
cool
always
guy.
wanted to be an artist?
Yes, a performer, entertainer, singer.
Alrighty, so
Right.
being a performer,
Who's always wanted to be an
entertainer, you
artist.
always know that you want to be associated with some kind of entertainment.
Right. I always knew that I really wanted to make music, produce music. I've been, the first time me actually got introduced to music was actually on GarageBand.
Wow.
Yeah,
Garage
that's how I
Band.
Just
started
the app.
making- Right.
Yeah.
That's how I started to, making tracks, and I really got deep into it after
Yo,
when I got to Korea.
How do you
Right.
go
the
from
democratization
fencing.
of
You know what I'm
entertainment.
saying? And your family being so were you fencing?
I was a fencer back then.
Oh yeah, he was a fencer.
Yeah.
I was preparing for London Olympics before I just give up everything.
Wow.
Right.
And,
And
that's
my-
in your family.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
what did your family
Yeah.
say when
My-
you say I'm going to pursue
That's
music?
in his family.
My dad was Olympian fencer.
Yeah.
My mom
Dad was
a
an Olympian
wheelchair
fencer?
Gymnast. My
What?
brother was a rugby player. So it's like a
Damn.
sport family. I grew up
No wonder.
naturally introduced.
You can
to
see
sport.
why. I
And
can
then,
see why.
you know,
I said in the beginning.
One day I just sat
he
down
goes
with my dad, I was
nonstop.
like,
He
"Yo,
don't stop.
Dad, I
Very
wanna do
disciplined.
music." I think I should just give everything.
It's a
Even
super
though I
athlete
have
family.
this,
You know,
very
super
good scholarship
aggressive.
offer from this great
I'm guessing
university.
he's type
I was
A.
Sponsored by every.
He don't
brand.
seem like the
That-
stereotype for type A, but I can tell he is.
Olympics.
Very
Were you-
determined.
Were you nervous to tell your father this?
No, it was a natural talk.
Okay, yeah.
He thought I was kidding.
Ha!
Good joke, son.
Guys, Jackson's dad thought he was kidding when he wanted to
Jackson,
become a
you're
celebrity
not gonna want to
or
get
or
into
a
the
musician.
entertainment industry because they, especially my parents, they believe in they're gonna kidnap you. They're gonna put you in a cave and get all your money.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of
But
stuff,
you
they
think
worry.
as a parent,
gonna swindle
there's
you.
nothing good in that entertainment.
Right.
You know
It's
what I'm
dirty.
saying?
It's dirty.
Yeah,
Right,
man. Like,
right.
what kind of life is that?
You have education, good school,
Yeah.
good university. You're going to the Olympics. what else do you want?
Yeah, man.
Right?
You like, I want to be a
Damn.
performer. Yeah.
Dad, I said I want to do music. I want to be a singer. And then he thought I was kidding until the day I actually got accepted by the Korean entertainment company. And he was just
JYP.
like, this is your worst decision. This is,
Oh.
trust me, you're gonna regret this so much.
But he let you.
At
Oh.
the end,
Make
he
the
was
worst
supportive,
decision,
but
yeah.
he said it's your choice, but it's the best. I mean, it's the
Interesting
most
tidbit, guys.
worst decision
I
I've
wanted to
ever
go
made.
into
And after my
entertainment
first
as well when I was
concert,
younger,
he's like,
but
we believed in you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
my
Hey,
He's like,
you're my son. You got this from me. We believe in you.
the moment
We always tell
he turned the tables
He probably had a dream that he didn't
and
pick
blew
on. He
up,
probably like,
his
this is
parents
it.
was like, I had your
but,
back.
But it's wild now. You go from
I had your
from saying,
back.
I'm not going to take the scholarship. I'm not going to go do the Olympic thing.
Right.
I'm giving up fencing, and then you start to think, okay, well, I'm going to go to Korea.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Just
but there
pursue,
is
right.
there is like a
went to
finishing
Korea.
school. People don't just go to Korea. There's like a machine that they put you
Ah,
guys through when
okay.
it comes to
It's hard training.
yeah.
At first,
See,
the third day,
hard
actually,
training.
I'll be honest.
How
It's
did
nothing
they find you
else.
First to get the opportunity to
It
go
was
to
in my
Korea?
school.
Yeah.
It was exam day. Everyone just went home straight after the exam. I was just there playing basketball, and they came, like the casting team. They
Oh.
came, and then they were just like seeing me play basketball, and he said, "Come here." I'm like, "Oh, hi," and he's like, "Oh, do you want to be a singer? Do you dance? Do you sing?"
And you looked around for your dad like they trying
Yeah.
to kidnap me. This is what he was talking about. This is it.
Oh, are you interested? You want to come audition? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I auditioned, and it took me like 5-6 months till they said I'm accepted.
Wow. So what do you tell your parents when you're saying, okay, I'm moving to Korea?
I want to do music. Just let me do
When
it.
he first
I don't
moved to
wanna
Korea.
regret, like when I'm 80 years old, telling my grandkids, like, oh, your grandpa used to have this chance. You
Yeah.
could have done that. You know, I don't want to.
How old were you at that time?
16.
16 years
Oh,
old.
16,
As
so-
a parent, like my son
Very
will
young,
be 12
but-
this month, right? My
Right.
daughter's 10. And
Almost
when they're
18.
16, I don't think I can release my hands off
Right,
of them and
right,
say,
right.
you know what? Go believe in his dream. Go do this, you know?
What if your kid right now tells you he wants to go to Korea to do
Oh,
music?
good
Man,
question.
You know what? The same way you left, I would be like, that's not going to happen. You know, and my
right,
daughter,
right.
she loves the entertainment side as well. And you don't want to step on anyone's dreams, but as a parent,
Right.
you can understand how afraid they were for
Worried.
this territory that
Wow.
they weren't familiar with. And sometimes you hear
I
some
get
of the
it.
most craziest things about things, you know, about that kind
Right,
of,
right,
of
right.
that kind of business. So you do get to Korea. What
I went,
happens
right.
there in like the process?
The third date I went. So this is like the thing. The trainee days, it's like full of elimination every day. Like people can get in fast.
Elimination
and
every
get
day.
out fast. They get
In and
eliminated
out.
right away.
It's a quick in and out.
At that time period, I was a foreigner. It was about like 50 trainees. 50 trainees.
I like how he
So
elaborates.
is this a reality
He
show?
was a foreigner
It's
in
not
Korea.
moment,
Well, it's
just
a
the way it
reality
is.
show.
Not
like,
just
But
some
it's for real,
Asian
it's reality.
guy
Yeah.
It's real, right?
in another, you know.
People are watching it on TV?
No,
Oh, okay.
just
okay.
it's the system.
Got it.
Like
okay,
every
got it.
week we get this evaluation.
It's interesting.
to see if you pass or not.
Got it.
Battle every day.
Every week.
So you're nervous every
Every week.
And what does it consist of? Does it
Hunger
consist of
Games.
dancing, singing,
Dancing, singing, rapping, acting, producing.
So at any moment you could still go home.
Right.
And now were the scholarships and everything were those already given up? So
Right.
if you go home, it's like
It's
what
like
are you
zero.
going home
Nothing. I couldn't get back to
Dang.
it because, you know, I was at this team of Hong Kong and back home fencing.
So he-
team. When I leave, I couldn't get back again.
to? Right, your position
Like,
was gone.
It's gone.
Yeah,
Everything,
it's
school.
Probably not an easy place to get into.
I have nothing left.
So it's like
That he had to go
everybody that's
all
there
in.
has a story. Everybody that's getting eliminated, everybody has a story. So you're there with your story, hoping that you'll be able to stay on. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, the first week in Korea, I already kind of regret. Now, not regret, but like, I was very
Homesick.
because like everybody came
Unsure.
because they're a good dancer, good singer,
Yeah.
good actor.
It's
like,
not
they-
just
they
regular
got their
people.
weapon, you know, I went and I was an athlete.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I can't do this on stage.
You can't fence
Right,
nobody.
I was very
Like y'all don't have no
insecure.
fencing group.
You should make that your signature move,
I was very
Jackson.
insecure, but you know, I just thought to myself, if I want to catch up, if they're doing 10 push-ups, like or 10 times dance move, I gotta do 100. Like this is how I'm gonna catch up.
Now, being that you weren't from Korea, did anybody look at it a different way or?
The language is
Great question.
it was a challenge, right?
Wow.
Sometimes it's not about like studying books, you Sometimes
I feel
it's about,
embarrassed that I
knowing
don't
the
know the
culture,
interviewer's
right?
name,
Knowing
but
their, like slang.
he's
Yeah.
amazing.
You have to get deep into their culture, so. Yeah, I studied Korean for a year, like on books, and after that, I picked it up through dating.
We're
Hey!
Hey!
You know what it is? Hello. 안녕하세요.
Hey, yo.
So when you do,
Hey, you be dating Korean girls?
and I do want to get back to how is it when were most of the guys that you were going against, were most of them Korean or all of them are?
I think we have some foreigner, like Chinese, American. Yeah, we have some foreigner. But,
was it
Interesting.
harder to get into the group because was there a layer of like man?
So before the debut, like we have
He has
this
some-
project group with like 30 people, and they keep eliminating like every 2 3 days, based on like the missions that we accomplish. Like, I think if you screw up one of the missions, you just
Out.
get sent
Wow,
home.
really?
Wait, so was it like a group can get eliminated or individuals?
So this project
Yeah.
group is like they're getting this group ready to debut.
Yeah.
So there are like 30 people, but they cut it down until
Gotcha.
like it's 7 or 6 or 7.
Oh.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah. I was very lucky.
How much diarrhea did you have out there?
Like every freaking day.
Every day.
Just be
Every
amazing.
freaking
Every day diarrhea.
Did your parents ever tell you just come on home? It's a lot, just come home, or
I never, all the stuff that I've been through in Korea, like all the bad times, my mom and my dad, they're like the last person that I want to tell.
right? You don't want to share it with them.
Yeah.
To be honest, as a parent, even though
The thing
your
is,
son
probably
or
your parents are the
daughter
ones
is
who
doing
want to know
good,
the most.
You still worry.
Yeah.
Even they're like fine, like 100%, like living a great life, you still worry. So I just didn't want to tell my parents.
So when do you go from the process of trying to get in to where you finally say they tell you that you made it? Like when does that finally happen? What's the final so-called exam?
It's like I don't
Final
know,
exam.
It's like me just like giving out, like maxing out every single day for 2.5 years, and just one day they call me up and be like, "Oh, you're gonna debut."
It was a
Dang.
2.5 year
Yeah.
process.
Right, every single day, like it's
Every day.
no mercy. I'm for real,
Man,
no
because
mercy.
I've seen like documentaries and and I see that it's a real process, but I didn't know that it was too.
No, 2.5 years is actually short. There are like trainees that train for 13 years.
13 years, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, 13 years.
And
13.
that's-
Not guaranteed.
That's singing, dancing,
Right.
acting.
Everything.
Like, yeah.
The
Did you have to have
basics,
was your weight a certain way? Was it
Right.
look?
And on camera, you can't like be too like fat. You have to be in weight.
Damn. So you get in, and when does the group become the group? When do you meet your group members?
When's the group
Like,
made?
they're
When was
out
Got
for
7 made?
30 people. Right. Yeah.
you've been training with them, or-
We've been training for like 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do they announce that you're in Got 7?
One day they just call us up to the office and be like, "Oh, you guys are gonna debut together.
Seriously.
Prepare for the song." That's it.
Wow.
Just like
All
that.
that hard work and they just like, oh yeah.
And I still didn't
yeah,
believe
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I still didn't believe it. I was like, no. After I record this, once it's released, then I know
Like once you're on a plane going somewhere,
right.
okay. Like so, when you get into, did you guys already have a song recorded?
Right, recorded.
And so
Right.
now you got your team with you.
Right.
And when do you guys know, like, man, okay, we're seeing some traction here. We're making it.
Actually, it's all about the fans and supporters.
Yeah.
They're always showing love, ups and downs for our career. We knew it for our
Yo,
first
that
song,
necklace looks tight.
like, actually,
Anybody know what that says?
coming in. Last
These
year,
Chinese
we
characters.
played at the forum.
Yeah,
And then it was crazy. Like,
Does it
yeah.
trip you out how international music is and how people are really
It's
in
coming.
This I won't
It's
even
really
say
coming
K-pop
now.
movement, because a movement sounds very temporary. But do you trip off of how many people enjoy K-pop and what the audience look like even out here in Los Angeles?
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Deep rooted,
Yeah, but I just feel like
deeply rooted questions.
I think we're blessed, and we're very happy that the K-pop culture is like being spread out globally. And thank you to all the supporters and fans for coming to our show, buying our album. Even like paying attention to what we do every day. Yeah.
And you see, like with being from LA, being from America, I've traveled a lot, and I've seen American music penetrate so many countries. You know what I'm saying? And then I've seen where
That's the generation he grew
a
up
little
in.
bit slower on other languages. But now you'll see where I'll go down to like the convention center, and there'll be like a whole convention, and I'm like, man, even here, these are my relatives here. Except for this little one, I just met her today. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it's crazy how much of a phenomenon
It's
this
coming,
is.
guys.
And some people
It's coming.
don't speak the language, but that just shows you how universal music is.
I think it's about in my opinion, I think like K-pop is about, of course, the music genre, also like the interaction with fans.
Right.
Like we really focus on that because we really appreciate and we really get deep into it.
And that's
Like,
worldwide.
right? Fan events, like we sign for them or interaction with them, like in like lifestyle way, instead of like just I'm having a concert, come to my concert. Like we get more deep into
Interactions,
it.
guys, back and forth.
Right.
Like you
It's
got
very close.
Yeah, and y'all really care about your fans.
Really care. Hey, really care.
They really
go ahead
care.
now. He looks right at the
Really
camera.
They
care.
they really
Since day
care
I do want to start to ask you about
a lot.
now the project that you're doing now. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
like
right.
You're here by yourself.
Right.
Is it
All right,
a
moving
situation
from
when you
K-pop,
do say, I do want to do something solo? Is that
it's a little
is that
something
going fine,
solo
or-
from
Well,
Jackson.
definitely for my music, right? Because in a group, you get like seven, for example, 7 people, and and the color of the group is like it's like rainbow. You get like all the colors, all the
Right.
flavors. But I think
I like how he
really
put it
wanna
that way.
Focus on my own color. Trying to do my own thing. I had to start it back in China, so this is my 1 year schedule.
Right.
Like after the time, I'll be in Korea with my homies team, our team, GOT7, and then
Yo, I like how
the other
you
6
like.
months I'll be in,
He's loyal.
China
Like
doing
he
my
ain't
own
forgetting about his
stuff.
team.
Really? Does
Yeah.
it feel
Back
different
in Korea.
doing it as a solo artist?
'Cause I feel like a lot of
and the
International
guys are here?
K-pop stars
like,
these days.
For my
We
solo
try to
stuff,
move
it's,
away from
like,
that,
all about
but-
me.
Yeah.
Like the type of music that I really enjoy and I really want to challenge. Yeah,
I think Jackson's about hip-hop.
You get Jackson Wang. Right. But for K-pop is more of a group thing. It's
Right,
us,
right,
it's us,
collaborative,
It's
and
got
yeah.
7. Right.
Yeah. So what were your influences when it comes to hip hop
Oh
beforehand?
my God. My dream idol was, you'll be shocked, Omarion.
Really though?
Omarion.
But you know what, man? Omarion is
Supposed to be.
Omarion.
It's supposed to be an
international
Omarion.
artist, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember doing dates with Omarion in Japan.
Really?
And watching him speak to the crowd in Japanese.
In Japanese.
Yeah, man. So-
He's the man.
yeah, so Omarion
is the man.
He seems. I think Omarion's like a really cool guy too. The vibe I get from him. So what a great role model.
And everything. So
Right.
Oh yeah,
that was
B2K.
influenced
He was in a group
as well.
too.
Right.
Yo,
And
Omarion
also
was in a
Chris
group.
Brown.
Chris Brown.
Right.
All
Chris
right,
Brown.
so now you got to be an influence.
Amazing
to-
artist,
to
obviously.
many others.
I hope I can, I'm just working hard.
Now
Just
talk to
working.
me about Faded. What's going down?
Faded.
is a new single that I'm releasing on March 9th. It's about
March 9th.
The content is about
March 9th.
it's interesting content. It's when I was nothing, you didn't care. When I made it, now you start to care.
Yeah.
Like that kind of.
When I was nothing,
What happened?
Yeah. So it's, I
You
just
treated me like
Now
Yeah.
when
Now that
you
I'm
do
something,
your
you act
own-
like
when you do your own
trying to come to my
thing
front door.
you start to I mean it's almost like not that you're doing it again.
I guess
you know
he
what I'm
has-
saying? Because you've
Jackson
been through
has
the whole
those
finishing
feelings
school.
inside.
You've had
Right.
so much success. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I'm working hard.
It does
Yeah.
it feel like now I'm paying dues over
Nah,
here again.
he
You know what
gonna
I'm saying?
keep going.
Like,
He gonna keep
America's
going.
looking at me. Big boys looking at me.
Big
Red-
boys looking at me right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
right now.
But even when we
Right.
slept
Oh my
hands that day, you know what I'm saying? But do you
Right.
feel like okay, I'm used to this kind of work. I know what I have to do here.
Dude,
I think I'm just being, honest
Mm-hmm.
to everybody. I don't want to hide anything. I
he
think,
survived and he excelled in the
it's
K-pop
not like,
grind,
sometimes
Korean industry
When
grind.
there's camera, you feel like
So,
I have to do something.
If he's given a
I feel
chance,
like
guys,
if you're trying to
he gonna
do
go all the
somebody
way.
else,
He's fine.
it's not you. At the end of the day, they'll still find out.
Right.
Like I'm just
He's just trying to be
I'm this
himself.
kind of guy. I just want to put it on the table.
Transparent.
Right.
How big is the American culture in Korea or
China.
In China.
It's big.
Really?
It's big. Right. I feel like the
loaded
R&B
question.
singers are more like the pop singers are more like recognized.
Can I ask you this, Jackson Wang? Why do you speak better English than Louis?
No way. Yeah.
Yo, seriously.
You can pronounce words clearly.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Even Louis over there, oh, like damn.
Come on, Louis.
English
So
class right now.
is that another thing that did you go to an international school? Or?
Yeah, I went to this international school in Hong Kong, American International School.
Yeah.
English is my fourth.
Dude,
language.
international
What's
school
your other
students,
My
they
first
speak better English than most
Cantonese,
American
yes,
people.
sir. Cantonese,
And they haven't stepped
Cantonese,
foot, a lot of them
Shanghainese,
haven't stepped foot in
Mandarin,
America for
English and Korean.
ever or forever.
Man, well, I'm wishing you nothing but the best, bro.
But I'm
so-
not like very good at it. You know, if you tell me to write an essay about it, I couldn't. Like, I'm not very. It's enough for me to live.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
if you tell any of us to write an essay in here, we just schooling alone, it'd be bad.
Come back in a year.
Yeah, it's not even about a language barrier. Now, what about your Instagram followers? What do your Instagram followers mean to you? And first off, how in the hell did you get so many damn followers?
I'm-
And-
13
I don't know,
something
I'm blessed.
million.
I'm so
Yeah, it's
blessed.
crazy.
And yeah, I think it's based off like the stuff that I did back in Korea and also like around the world. Like I used to host, MC.
He was
I
everywhere.
did a lot of
Everywhere.
TV shows, variety shows. Yeah, and then of course.
Oh yeah, he was of the
I'm
generation.
And
You had to
also,
do the variety.
I
You
started
had
my
to.
own solo career in China, and that's how I think everyone is starting.
I saw you
know
bust
us.
in the room on Kevin Hart.
My hero.
Yeah, really.
I love that.
Man. So,
Really?
So what's the relationship with you and Kevin Hart?
Since a
Really?
kid, I was watching his stand-up.
With Kevin Hart?
and also, like,
No way.
His movies, everything about him. Yeah, and he was like a very big influence to me.
Such a
as
nice
a
guy,
kid.
too,
Right,
man.
right.
Yeah,
Very
dude,
down to earth.
Dude is a phenomenon. What's
Right.
so called next for Jackson Wang? Like, what's next?
What's next for
For
you?
me?
Yeah.
Yo,
I'm
International.
I'm gonna keep doing music, keep dropping music out in 2019. March 9th, Faded. And,
Faded.
March I'll drop like another single, and April 2 more singles, and at the
Will you go to album?
I'll go to album around like maybe August, September. that
How
time.
busy have you been in the last
3 years.
3 years?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to have a vacation. I feel like I couldn't.
Really?
because I told you, like 6 months in Korea, 6 months in China. So when they rest, I go to China.
Right,
When he
right.
Wow.
rests,
He
I go
grinding.
to Korea. Like I have to do like
Every
a
day
year
grinding.
schedule in 6 months.
Yeah. You gotta get it all in.
A year schedule of China in 6 months.
What's your relationship like with your parents and your family now?
They love me.
Yeah. Do they
Yeah.
know? Do they know
Yeah.
who you are now? Do they understand the size of it?
Yeah, they start to understand, right? A little bit.
Right.
now.
Is your brother jealous?
He's living a good life. You
As
know,
he
he's
should be.
married,
right.
has a daughter.
Yeah, he don't want
Right.
this life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
he-
saying?
yeah, he's
he don't
real-
want this
yeah.
grind that you have.
He doesn't enjoy, performing.
What do you do
Right.
to relax if you get a moment to relax?
Probably just produce songs.
Damn,
like
that
I-
still
I-
work.
this is the thing. I always feel like insecure. Like I feel like if I stop, like I'm just very insecure. Yeah,
Where does that come from?
I feel like I don't know. I don't want to miss any chance. You know?
Right.
I have to be like ready 24/7 to because you never know when chances are coming. Right. You never know.
I'm sure, like,
So you have to be
yeah.
ready 24/7. That's
Wow.
how I feel every day.
Have you been doing any work out here as
Yeah.
far as recording?
Recording, I did Big Boy Show.
No, you stopped that.
Ah.
Yeah, you can stop, man.
Hello.
You can stop now. You know what I'm saying?
Hello.
And even
You
your
done.
parents are gonna be like, "Oh my God, he was
You
with
on Big Boy TV.
Yeah.
You made it. You done.
But have you seen any of our work before?
Of
coming
course,
here?
of course. Instagram, YouTube. I was always like a follower.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Big pleasure. Big pleasure.
Yeah, it is for you.
Thank you
Thank you so
Yeah.
much,
Ah,
man.
don't worry about it, man. Please. I know I'm
Big
great.
boy.
Stop it, please.
He is great.
No, I know. They
I love
know.
how,
you know what I'm saying?
Best radio station
Respectful he is.
in
Stop
the
it, man.
world.
Stop it, man.
End of conversation.
No, man.
Hello.
Oh, man.
Hey.
Yeah, man. Please.
The greatest father.
Oh, thank you, man.
yes.
Thank you.
Go.
Yeah,
He
man.
knows you.
Stop it,
He
man.
really
You
does.
really,
Yeah.
again, man.
Yeah.
Great dad.
Great dad.
Thank you, man.
Great
I
dad.
wasn't even. I didn't even think you were gonna come in and say anything like that, man. I'm truly humbled. I'm truly humbled. You know what I'm saying? Here I am, bigging up this guy, and he knows about my great work and everything. Thank you. I don't want this interview to be about me. Not the whole thing, but we can continue about a couple more minutes about me.
You should get like a Guinness World Record for being the greatest dad.
Thank you.
Greatest
man.
dad.
Thank
Genius
you.
world record.
You think the Guinness World Record for greatest dad?
Greatest dad. Greatest
You
dad.
should, man.
Right. And
You know what, man?
best freestyle.
Oh, you stopped
Hey,
it.
man.
Best
Are you
freestyle.
writing down the? Oh, did you
No,
pass
no,
me
of
Let me
course.
see what that
We're
said.
talking
Oh,
man.
did you pass him a note that said that?
No.
Oh, okay.
It just moved.
Hello. But no,
Hello.
thank you for coming into the neighborhood, hanging out with us, man. It is a pleasure to see you, man. It's a pleasure to meet you. I want to continue
real.
to watch where this, where your journey
Yeah.
goes on to.
I wanna know
Not
where
it
this is gonna
ends,
go.
but the next move.
My album at the end of the year. That the name is
Album at the end of the
Journey
year.
to the West.
Journey to the West.
Are you serious?
Yes, it is.
Ring the bell.
Journey to the West.
Now that's dope as hell, man. And continue your
That's-
journey. And thank
that's
you
many-
for coming
many
into the
terms,
neighborhood,
'cause
man. Thank
I
you
think
for
that's
hanging
like
out
an
with
old
us.
school
I don't know
story
when
as
you're gonna
well.
come
But
back
if you
to
take
this
it in
side
the
of
current
town,
context,
but
it's a literal journey to the West.
I'll be here again.
No, but for
If you
real,
want
man,
me to
when you come back, make sure you always check in
Yeah,
with us, man,
check
because
in, man.
I do want to keep this relationship. And that's what I do when you look around the wall or you watch anything that I've done in the last 25
Awesome
years in
interviewer.
radio. I love relationships,
Seriously.
man. So thank you for coming in. Thank you for being so humble. And we know the size of what you're doing
Yep.
and what you're adding to just your whole stardom. You know what I'm saying? But thank you for coming in. Thank you for hanging
I'm
out.
always hungry.
I heard that,
Anytime
man.
you need me, 4 a.m. in the morning, just
Hey,
hit me
so
up.
am
I'll
I.
be there.
All right, give me your name. I'm gonna put you to the test. I'm gonna pick you up early, and I'm gonna call you, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Jackson, I need a ride to the station. You said anything that I need."
Anything you need.
Jackson Wang in the neighborhood, big boy neighborhood.
Hey! Yo! What a great interview. First of all, I gotta say, Big Boy TV. Like I said, I'm sorry, I've seen some of his interviews in the past, but one thing that I noticed about him is that, he asks good questions with a background of, respect. A lot of times in the past, if the very few times that an Asian person goes on a radio show or some interview, let's be honest, in the West, it's a serious lack of respect. But that's changed. That's changed because there's being, things are changing. And it's thanks to guys like Jackson Wang and, K-pop stars and all that changing things, them and their team. So it's an everyday grind. Things are changing little by little. But I guess back to the main point. Still, he's super, awesome. He asks a lot of good questions without making bad assumptions. So that was awesome to watch. Jackson, you are awesome, dude. I don't know how he has so much, energy. I'm sure he goes through so much work, so much, trials and errors, all of that. But yeah, one thing I got from here is that, I knew this before too, but one thing I was surprised about him back in the day was when he was on these Korean variety shows, etc., etc. Other foreign people their personality would die down because they can't speak the language, they don't know the culture. But this man, even when he was in Korea, he never held back. He never held back. So you can tell that he's very just moving on forward. He don't get discouraged that easily. Or even if he does, he don't let that stop him. Now he's putting that to the test in America, which I think is going to be a much more smooth process because he's been through the Korean entertainment industry grind by now, which in my opinion is the most difficult anywhere. So if you make it in Korea, you can make it anywhere. I'm super excited for his new single, Faded. I think this calls for a potential watching and reaction to his other two singles. I know he had the Gucci Mane track, and he had Papillon. So I've heard those when I went out at the cafe or something, but I haven't really heard it that well. So I'm going to check that out. Once again, Jackson, that was awesome. Showing us your, just relentless personality. He don't stop. It inspires me. I don't want to stop. I don't want to complain no more. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to work my 1 year. No. My 6 months like is 1 year, like he said. I'm going to do a year worth of work in 6 months. We going to do it. So, guys, hope you enjoyed the interview too. I'm sure, everybody's excited for his new single as well. I'm going to check that out. Put it on the calendar, March 9th. Faded. Anyways, guys, that was good. That was my first time really looking into Jackson Wang. Jackson Wang. I hope to see more from him, and I'm sure we will. So, guys, hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Peace.